So, where have I been for the past week or so? Hey guys, Life Through a Lens here. It's been, I would say, roughly a week or so. I think if I check correctly, the last time I uploaded, right, was 17 days ago. I am so sorry. Since then, and I believe I have made a community post, I've stated that the weekend before I was not going to be uploading anything because I was busy filming for the series, which there is some truth to that, and it's complete truth. I've been spending time filming, I've been spending time kind of just compiling all the footage that I have, and then on top of that, I was also taking some well-needed time for myself. Kind of in the real world, outside of all of this, I took a week off from work so that I can recharge, kind of rest, and then a fraction of that was spent at the hotel, just kind of relaxing even more. Almost like a home away from home type of deal, which I'm not going to go into heavy detail because it's also not really right for me to go into heavy detail. So I think I'm going to at least do you guys the justice or like honor or whatever you want to place here and kind of just update you guys a little bit. So I know within the last couple of videos, I seemed very, very hopeful for a relationship. And I will say, at least, it was a good run. It was a good run, but eventually things just, I wouldn't really say fell off the rails. It didn't feel like how it initially felt. And eventually it caused a abrupt end to the relationship. So although it wasn't really that long, I will say, and if the person is watching, I will say that it was a good run. I am glad that all the time that we have had has been spent. It is unfortunate that it couldn't have progressed any further, but I'm glad that we at least took a chance at it. I mean, this is going to sound like cliche and cheesy, or I guess corny, not really cheesy. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And in this case, it was worth a shot. It's like, sure, the shot wasn't really the greatest, but at least a shot was made versus just leaving it off into the obscure space of the universe, trying to figure out whether or not it was something to go for. It's like if you're ever curious about something, if you ever feel like you want to go for something or try something out, give it your best shot, do it. You never know what can happen. It can turn out well, it can turn out bad, it can turn out somewhere in the middle. In this kind of case, it turned out somewhat fairly in the middle. Not 100% in the middle, but somewhere about in the middle. It was kind of grayish. But yeah, that's all I can really say on that matter, especially on this front. I'm not going to state names. I'm not going to state why. I'm not going to necessarily state anything further beyond the fact that we tried. It didn't really flow well, and now here I am back in the single world, which with that also kind of gives me a bit of a, not really a notion, I guess kind of a notion or a message to myself that I need to spend more time out of the relationship. Because for context, I wasn't really expecting to get into this relationship. I'm not saying that I didn't want to, but the best way I could state is that it's kind of like how I am now. I'm just kind of living my life, being me, not really expecting to jump into a relationship, not really looking to pursue anyone. And then the opportunity kind of got sprung on me. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well see where it leads, kind of see where that path leads, give it a shot. And if it doesn't work, just return back to what the original plan was and just not be in the dating scene. Because don't get me wrong, it sucks being single. And here and there, I have struggled being single. But for the most part, it's kind of good being single and being alone for a good moment, especially if you're a person like me that came from kind of like a teeter-totter of relationships, had both the good and the bad, and for a good moment, it's just been a handful of bad. So it's like, especially after having the stresses of that, and then realizing that last year also kind of ended off on a bad note with another relationship. It's like I really should have taken more time to just relax, be me for a bit, spend more time to myself and kind of just find myself again versus just taking a chance at something. But it's like I said before, if you don't take your shot, you don't know where it's going to lead. You never know until you give it a chance. So yeah, aside from filming, aside from kind of just re-navigating myself post breakup, I've just been, I guess, kind of focusing on myself for the most part. As you guys know, mental health is a key topic on this channel. It's very common, it's very frequent, and at this rate, it's kind of just, it's found its little home within this channel. It seems like every single video ties into mental health to some capacity. And another way to even like mention mental health is the fact that I made a community post, I believe Sunday, stating that, yep, got home from a family trip, which I'll probably put some footage somewhere in this video. I don't know if I'll put it in the beginning. I don't know if I'll put it towards the end. You'll know when this releases. Yeah, I said that I was going to make a video earliest Monday. I did not make a video. I did not record. I was extremely exhausted, extremely tired, and even then still kind of was not doing so well. I wasn't in the best mindset. I was in a good mindset, but I wasn't where I wanted to exactly be within my mind. So I just kind of took Monday as a drop day, took it as a chance to just rest, recuperate, and then decided that today, Tuesday, would be a better chance to not only record, but to upload now that I'm in a better position. I know it seems kind of like out of the usual. I tend to try to upload every single weekend, at most Saturday, and then if I can't do Saturday, I'll either do Sunday or a day prior. Yeah, I could not get a weekend post out because I was busy. I've been a busy bee throughout this month. I know it seems like it's not like busy work-wise or anything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm busy with work almost every single day and every single week. But I've been busy doing all different types of stuff. I've been busy focusing on my mental health and taking time off for myself, taking a vacation. I've also, on top of that, the week after, took a family vacation and actually got to go see a drag race event, which was very fun. Like I said, I'll put footage, maybe some pictures here and there, but that was something that I was also busy with. And then this upcoming week, although I should be able to upload this weekend. So this is probably going to be the one time you guys get multiple uploads within a week, aside from a Vocal Box marathon, which I'll kind of touch base on that a little bit in this video. I think I have in a previous one as well, but I'm going to touch base again just kind of as a I don't know what word I was looking for there. So yeah, this week you should see 2 uploads. One's going to be today on Tuesday, and then another one is going to be on Saturday. I don't necessarily have a plan for what's going to be going on Saturday. Possibly going to drop a Vocal Box episode because I know it's been a tiny bit since I've done that. But I don't know. I'll figure it out as I get closer to that week. I don't necessarily plan things, unless it's pertaining to the series, or unless I have a marathon going on, or unless I just truly don't know what to vlog, like an update video or anything like that. Then yeah, I don't have anything planned fully. I just know that I'm going to make a video, I'm going to upload it, you guys get to view it, end of discussion. And then speaking of uploads, I know I kind of have a rough idea of what kind of upload schedule I'm going to have for this channel, but as far as my gaming channel, which I'll be sure to link in the corner and such, that one doesn't necessarily have a upload schedule yet. I still kind of got to figure out when I'm thinking of doing that, because although I do play video games fairly often, it's usually by myself. So it's kind of hard to really gather some type of idea out of it, some type of video out of it. I'm thinking I'll probably record more Rainbow Six Siege, but I want to also kind of introduce, I guess, like playthroughs, like little brief playthroughs, and then that'll probably help things out because I am currently playing LA Noire, but I have not played much of it. So maybe I can make a video based around a playthrough or a let's play on that. See if I can come up with something goofy for a first time experience playing that game. I've always wanted to. Finally got around to doing so because on PlayStation there was finally a chance within the monthly games catalog to get it and play it. So there's that, and then I also am playing The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, so I think eventually I will start recording videos for that as well and kind of run it in the same fashion that I'm going to do it in LA Noire. So yeah, there's no rough upload schedule. There's no rough timing as to when I'll do that, when I'll record it, or when I'll even play those games. But whenever I do get around to it, then I'll upload it, let you guys know about it, and then that's all she wrote type of stuff. Now, as far as the series goes, it's kind of the same deal as before. There's not really a upload schedule. There's kind of a rough deadline. Like actually, there's nothing on my calendar. I originally wanted to upload the episode sometime this month, but because of me doing so many things, it's like I haven't really had time to film. Because for that week that I took off from work, one portion was spent here just sleeping in, the other portion was spent vacationing, which may or may not have been from a set piece that you guys might see, but that's besides the point. But yeah, it's like I still need to kind of reshoot some things, and I still needed to film more within a certain set piece. So because I didn't have too much within that set piece, I couldn't necessarily start editing and start doing whatever I needed to do for it. I still got some more shots to get done. And then on top of that, I'm also trying to like work on extending this episode. Because the first episode, the pilot, fairly short, just kind of gives a rough idea of what's going on. But this second episode, I want to try to extend it. I want to at least be like 20 or so minutes, kind of almost on the same basis as like an actual episodic show. And then hopefully I can kind of get momentum going. It's kind of a balancing act going between work and then, between filming, because that's mainly the reason why I try to upload every single Saturday, is because throughout the work week, unless I can really find the time and energy to record, edit, so on and so forth, I don't necessarily have it until I have a full day to myself. Like maybe I'll record the day prior, like maybe I'll record Friday and then edit and then upload it the next day. That's kind of like the only caveat to that. Other than that, throughout the whole week, unless it's a Vocal Box episode and I'm down to like sit here every single day talking to you guys on camera, I don't necessarily have that like motivation or drive or energy to like record any time throughout the week while working. Because as I said before, after I get off work, all I want to do is relax, maybe kick up, play video games, and that's it. Which I think that's also another key factor as to why I haven't really uploaded much to the other channel and why there's not a concrete schedule. Most of my time playing video games is spent relaxing, meaning mostly to myself, not really talking to people, not really thinking of ideas on how I can make a video goofy while playing video games. And plus, I kind of just have yet to get back into Siege, because I really do want to do another Siege video. The first one was okay, but I want to do more. I want to record more. I want to like put more editing into it now that I get like the idea of recording gameplay and such, and how I want to like navigate that kind of content. So I'm thinking sometime throughout June, I'm going to have the second episode done, and then I'm going to upload it whenever it's all wrapped up and taken care of. Because compared to the first episode, this one is going to take a little bit longer and a little more effort into it, because it's going to incorporate a lot of sound design. It's going to have a lot more voiceover work. It's just, it's got a lot more to it than just, the simple shoots that I did, because most of the ones that I did within the first episode were fairly quiet as is. So there wasn't really a necessity to bring in other sound effects. But in this case, because of the set pieces I'm working with, I kind of have to replace sounds with more smooth sounds that still kind of fit within the scene, because I will admit the locations that I've filmed at are fairly noisy. So it takes me a lot more to just kind of replace all of that audio. So I'm thinking late June at earliest, and then sometime in July at latest, to get the second episode uploaded, because I really, really want to push more into the series. And I wish I could just drop a day at any time just to record, edit, wrap it all up, tie it neatly with a bow, and then send it out. I wish I had my own schedule when it came to working with this kind of stuff and recording for a series, but sadly I don't. And then it only makes it harder seeing as I'm the only person doing this series, at least for now. So keep in mind, I'm the only actor, I'm the only videographer, I'm the only editor, the only sound design person. It's really a one-man show in multiple senses. I'm the only one that's really running this. I'm the only one acting. I'm the only one editing. I'm the only one filming. I'm me. And it's kind of tough when you're trying to do something grandiose as a singular person, and you're trying to pull that off for at least a good season's worth. Which, that leads me to another point. For this first series, I don't think I'm going to be making it multiple seasons worth. Mostly because I don't know how far I want to take this series. Maybe I'll do a spin-off or something of that nature. I'll have to see as the road keeps going. But for the most part, everything that I have in mind for this series really is only enough to compile into one season. So we're looking at mostly 8 to 12 episodes max. And with each episode, it's going to be a rough estimate as to when it's uploaded, especially because I don't really have a flexible schedule to upload, to film and edit and so on and so forth. So it's definitely time consuming, and it's probably not all going to cram into this year. I'm thinking chances are the series will wrap up sometime next year. Unless I can kick out more and more filming within this year, which is going to be quite the funding, then I'm thinking first half of the series, or the first portion, is going to be taken care of within this year. And then hopefully I'll be able to cap it off sometime early next year. Because we are now slowly diving into summer. There's going to be a lot of filming that I'm going to try to cram into the summer. That's probably going to be able to knock out a good few more episodes. And then, I don't know, we'll have to see as it goes on. Because with each episode kind of spans from a duration of multiple months before I can finally package it and get it out. I wish it was as easy as just recording for a whole month straight, having a whole crew, having a whole set, so on and so forth. I wish it was that easy, but it's not. Especially as a small channel, there's really no promise that I can make something major production-wise. So, yeah, please have patience. I'm sure, and I can promise you that this series is going to be interesting as it goes on. It will be interesting as it goes on, and it will be more and more how do I explain this without spoiling it? It's going to have more to it as each episode comes along. There's going to be a whole lot of new things that happens within each episode beyond just the details, beyond just simply the set pieces. I'm going to really drive the passion into this project. I've been at the drawing board for a good couple of years, and I've done filming within the past couple of years, and only as of this year have I actually came to like finalized shots, finalized concepts, so on and so forth. Finally, do I actually have motion and momentum towards this series, unlike any other year. Because this idea has been sitting on the table for so long, and I've taken past shots like all the way back in 2023, but then I didn't really have much momentum to work off of, and I didn't even know if I wanted to do YouTube yet. You know, it's like, yeah, the channel was made, yeah, I made uploads, but I wasn't necessarily certain on being a content creator. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to be on YouTube to this extent, you know? Because originally, yeah, I wasn't going to take it as serious. I was just going to make it as like a fun little channel where I just document my life, throw it out there, and then if it sticks, it sticks, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Now I'm actually looking at this from a creative perspective, and I actually want to like project something through this channel. So now there actually is a drive. Now there actually is a mindset to this beyond just dropping little recordings or vlogs or whatever. You know, it's like now I have a segment where it's the most raw, uncut stuff. And then I have these vlogs that occasionally happen. And then now on top of that, I have a series that starts to completely lay out everything that I've been working on. All in all, best I can say within this video is bear with me. Sorry, uploads have been a little bit meh or a little bit off within the past couple of weeks. I'll probably return back soon. I'm thinking at latest I'll have this video out tomorrow. I'll try to edit this tonight. If I can get out tonight, that'd be great. But I'm thinking at latest I'll upload the video tomorrow. So yeah, you'll have an upload either today or tomorrow. And then you'll have another upload on Saturday. I would push this all the way to Saturday, but you guys really do deserve another video on top of that. So there's this update, and then the next video, I'll have to just go to the drawing board and figure out what I'm doing for that one. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to click the share button if you believe there is anyone that will also enjoy this kind of content or really anything on this channel. Subscribe if you're new here and click that notification bell. That way you do not miss a single upload, especially with my schedule being sporadic at times. For sure, you don't want to miss anything, even including the series. I'm telling you, each and every single episode is going to be another level as I upload and as I film and so on and so forth. So each episode is going to have much more stuff to it. So for sure, make sure you don't miss out on that. Hopefully the next video, my hair isn't really much of a mess and I look a little more presentable. And then, as I usually say in previous videos, the comment section is always open for discussion about really anything, whether it be mental health, whether it be something pertaining to this video, just really anything. And yeah, this is Life Through a Lens, signing off.